What happens when you sign up for a government skill scheme, but your bank account number is listed either as 123456, 11111 and not listed at all? Now imagine thousands of people sharing the same account number, and in some cases, the same photograph showing up for beneficiaries across different states. This isn't a glitch in a random database. This is what the Controller and Auditor General of India, or CAG, has found while auditing the Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana, or PMKVY. The PMKVY scheme was launched in 2015 to equip India's youth with industry-relevant skills and improve employability among them. Between 2015 and 2022, three phases of this scheme had been launched, wherein the ministry released rupees 10,000 crores to the implementing agencies and provided skill certification to 1.1 crore beneficiaries. According to the CAG report, data from PMKVY 2 and 3, which were launched in 2016 and 2021 respectively, showed that bank account details were missing, blank or filled null values for over 94% of participants, that is more than 90 lakh beneficiaries. Among the remaining entries, the CAG found that just over 12,000 bank account numbers were repeated across more than 52,000 beneficiaries. The Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship said bank account details were later made non-mandatory and that payments were routed through Aadhaar-linked DPT. But the auditor also found clearly fake-looking account numbers and duplicate photographs, raising serious question mark about the data integrity and monitoring of the scheme. The CAG also highlighted that the core objective of the scheme, that was jobs, appeared largely unmet. Out of 56.14 lakh candidates certified under short-term training and special project category, only 23.18 lakh or 41% were actually placed. That means nearly 6 out of every 10 candidates did not get jobs. The audit points out a major reason. There was no clear implementation strategy linking training to employment. Most certifications and placements were concentrated in just 5 sectors. Over half of the certification and nearly 60% of placements came from these sectors, dominated by one role, that is self-employed tailor. Meanwhile, 19 other sectors together contributed less than 1% of each to the total placements. What made it worse is that 4 sectors with strong placement potential, that is plumbing, logistics, healthcare and leather, were excluded from PMKVY 3 together in some states. So, candidates were trained, certified and counted but not absorbed in the workplace. The auditor has also flagged widespread violations of eligibility norms. Minimum age requirements were ignored, educational qualifications were missing out or not met, prior experience criteria were also overlooked. For instance, over 52,000 underage candidates were certified as group farming practitioners and more than 40,000 underage candidates were certified as self-employed tailors. Even driving roles, which legally require a minimum age and valid license, had over 1,100 underage certified candidates. For technical job roles, the problem was even more serious. More than 85% of the candidates certified in roles requiring prior technical education did not actually have that background. The ministry attributed these lapses to system errors and data entry mistakes by training partners and promised stronger Aadhaar-based checks in future scheme. But the CAG made it clear that these were systematic failures and not isolated errors. Another major gap which was pointed out by the CAG is state-level implementation further weakened the scheme. For example, in Bihar, there was no longer employer matching or industry tie-ups. In Odisha, training partners were not properly assessed. In Uttar Pradesh, employment records were missing, and in Kerala, auditors found that there were instances of fake placement documents. When physical inspection was carried out, several training centers were found shut down, including 3 out of 10 centers inspected in Bihar. Then there comes to money. The PMKVY 3 allowed states to use the unspent fund from the second part of the scheme. Yet by July 2023, more than 337 crore remain unutilized. Bihar spent only rupees 5.96 crore out of 3682 crore released. Odisha result unused funds along with interest. Maharashtra had nearly 19 crores lying unspent. The CAG also flagged that even direct payments to candidates were incomplete. It says that out of nearly 96 lakh candidates, only 65 lakh received payments. That leaves over 34 lakh certified candidates still unpaid long even after the scheme ended. The government has acknowledged some shortcomings and cited COVID-19 disruptions and economic uncertainty as reason behind this. The PMKVY scheme was meant to transform India's workforce. However, this audit reveals that the scheme was weighed down by weak oversight, unreliable data, and outcomes that fall far short of its promise. The real question now is not just what went wrong, but whether future skilling program will finally get it right. That's all from me for now. Keep watching The Print for more news updates.